Ready. Bar talk at Gene's place.
All right, welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
Yep,
to
episode
see ya.
28.
28.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Man.
it's been a little bit since we've been on here.
Yeah. We are experiencing some scheduling hurdles
It's
right
definitely
now.
been rough.
So we're doing the best that we can. So apologize for not being able to be as consistent as we had been, but we want to keep.
We're gonna try to get back
keep-
on track.
We're going to keep
and-
going and keep doing what we can and make it happen.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring this up, and we could talk a little bit more off the air, but ran into somebody, I shouldn't say ran into somebody. This is a person that I know, who we talked about our podcast,
Oh, okay. Cool.
and he would like to be on as a guest of ours, and we'll have to coordinate that, try to figure out how we can make that work. However, he has a very, very interesting story to tell.
Really?
Yes, and hopefully, he and the reason it came up is he was supposed to be on another podcast this week
Okay.
to tell this story. So hopefully, our platform can help to get the story out there. And
Okay.
it's a very personal story for him, and,
Okay.
and I don't want to ruin that or expose too much about it, but he's willing to come on here and talk a little
That's
bit about
awesome.
it, tell a story. And so it's not, like I said, it's a personal story. It's not like he had a ghost in him or was demonized or anything weird
Right.
like that. He has so interesting. But
Nice.
so,
We should try to get that scheduled soon.
yeah. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're in a new year. We're trying to kick this thing off. It's been a little with the winter we've had. The storms have been insane,
Dude.
up in the Northeast,
I'm done.
really all over the country, but especially up in this area. The snow, the temperatures that we've gotten, it's just been madness for the last 4 weeks.
We're going to get above freezing next week.
Yeah,
Word on the street.
it's like a heat wave today.
Yeah, the last couple
30
days.
degrees feels warm.
And yeah, the sun is shining and you're like, oh, that's nice.
You can actually see the pavement on the roads.
Yes,
and
yes. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Before we get into a bunch of stuff, because we haven't talked a lot since our last episode,
Mm-hmm.
and I did make a little YouTube short about this, but you and I went and saw The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring,
Yes, we did.
25th anniversary
Yeah.
in the theater.
That's freaking awesome, man. That was
How did you feel about that?
I loved it. I thought
Like-
it was, I mean, it was fantastic. I thought it was great.
I mean, being that it's 25, this was a movie I saw as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and you took the boys to see it as well, and
Yep.
it was just I'm not gonna lie, there was like from the beginning, from when Galadriel starts talking on the screen to do like the whole introduction,
Mm-hmm.
that's like 10 minutes long. I like had this like this swell of emotion go through my body. Like I felt my eyes watering a little bit. Like it was just like this is my favorite trilogy of all time.
I think hands down, it is probably the best
Just
trilogy.
to like I just had all these feelings of like, God, this was my childhood. I went to the cinema and saw this when I was little, and here I am again with you.
Yeah.
And it was just like, and in every peak moment of that movie, it just kept coming back, and it was just like every moment I was just like, my God, this movie is incredible. It's like something that they could never create ever again.
Right.
And I never felt the almost 4-hour runtime.
Yeah. Even though I've seen that movie countless times,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't tell you how many times
Me
I've
either.
seen it. But I was just, it was different than, hey, you're flipping through channels or you pop the DVD in or whatever and watch it at home where you're at home, right? Maybe not engaged. I was like fully engaged from beginning to end.
me too.
was almost as if I'd never seen it before.
Like
in a
seeing it
way,
for the
does
first
that
time.
sound weird? But
Well, and it was in a way because they never had the extended editions in the cinema.
right, that's true.
So technically, it really was the first time seeing that version of the movie
Yeah,
on the big screen.
right.
And yeah, you're right. It was like seeing a new movie, but it was like revisiting an old friend almost in
Yeah.
a way. It was just so surreal.
Yeah, it was.
And I'm really
awesome.
sad. I saw a lot of people out there that got to go see the whole trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Or I had some people. There were some people commenting on the video that I had posted. I don't know if you saw. I posted a short clip,
Mm-hmm.
but they said that this was their first time seeing it.
Oh,
And,
really?
like,
Wow.
That I envy. Like I couldn't even imagine now.
Like ever seeing it?
Yeah, because they're young. Because
Yeah.
they were pretty
Oh,
young.
okay, okay.
I imagine I think these are younger
Okay.
kids. So
Wow. Yeah.
to go see something
To be
like
able to
that,
experience it like that, yeah, that's
that's wild.
pretty awesome.
But
It's pretty freaking awesome.
yeah, so that was really cool. I'm glad we got to go do that. Yeah, and like I went to the theater last night and saw Send Help with Abby and Cody, and I got to tell you, it's just like I love the theater. That is probably one of my favorite things to
Yeah.
go do. I do go see movies a lot by myself as well.
Mm-hmm.
I just get some kind of enjoyment out of that. But yeah, I mean, we talk about movies all the time. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, speaking of movies, I think it'll be interesting. Although I have a suspicion what movies are going to win the Oscars this year. But a couple movies that we've talked about on here that have gotten nominated, and I'm not mentioning One Battle After Another because that's obvious that's
Sure.
probably the front runner. That one and Sinners.
yes,
But Begonia is getting nominated, and so is Train Dreams
that's
nominated
amazing.
for Best Picture, which I think is freaking incredible.
That's
honestly.
pretty awesome, especially for a Netflix movie.
Yeah, I think it's pretty impressive stuff, actually.
Yeah. That's, and sometimes time goes by and we're like, oh, there hasn't been that many good movies. And then you sit and you think about it and you're like, there's been a slew of tons of great films in the past year. And it's hard to pick one, there's so many.
Yeah.
I mean, I've watched so many films. Eddington was great,
I liked Eddington. I saw Begonia.
Begonia.
That's
If you guys haven't seen Begonia, that is
yeah.
it's different, but I think if you can sit through
It's
it.
different, but it's like it's fully to me. It was like fully believable.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
It wasn't some like out
It wasn't
there
like
weird,
super weird like all his other movies.
right? It wasn't something weird. The last I don't know, probably 10 minutes was a little funky, but
But that's something that totally could happen with some people,
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like it wraps it up if you were paying attention, it puts it all together for you and it puts a nice little bow on it and it's
Yeah.
done.
Done.
A little weird and a little goofy, but still, I thought it was a really well done movie.
Yeah.
I liked it.
We were talking about Walking Dead and stuff earlier, off camera. But
Yeah, right.
there's a show that is officially now on Paramount that you need to check out. It has Andrew Lincoln in it.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till all the episodes.
So you're
are-
aware of Coldwater?
Yes, I am aware of it.
Okay.
I think we still got an episode coming out this week and one more next week, and I think all the episodes will be out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna watch that.
I was really
Have you watched it?
So I'm current on it.
Okay.
I was really upset because I didn't realize it wasn't all out yet.
Oh,
I had watched it because
so you thought like it was over?
well, yeah, because the show aired in the UK like 6 months ago, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to watch it. It's a show that we can't access. And then I saw something about it being on Paramount, and I was like, oh shoot, they must have put the show on Paramount now, not realizing that Paramount still does episodic weeks.
Yep.
Even though it's
They do.
already aired.
Correct. Yeah.
So I watched 3 episodes, and then it went to like the next show, and I was like, oh no. I was so invested.
Yeah.
And all I have to say about the show is it's a small cast.
Okay.
It is, I think Andrew Lincoln still at his best. He, when he's very good at portraying the scared, afraid, upset kind of guy, you know,
yeah.
as we've seen in The Walking Dead.
Right.
But like in the first few minutes, sweaty, tears, running, you're just like, all right,
You're like,
this
yeah,
is
this
it.
is my guy.
This is my guy.
You know what we're watching right now, and your mom isn't a huge fan of it, but I am a big Ethan Hawke fan.
Hawk.
I've loved him since Dead Poet Society.
Mm-hmm.
Don't Hate Me, one of my favorite movies of all time.
One of my favorite movies
Dude
of
was-
all time.
Ethan Hawke was like 19 when that movie came out.
Yeah.
He's like my age, so maybe you're younger. But so he has a show that is now it's showing on Disney, Hulu, whatever the hell it's called. It's called The Lowdown.
Okay.
So it's like a crime thriller comedy.
Okay.
Written by him and his wife. His wife
Nice.
helped him write it. His character is just one of the. He's just funny.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, so basically he's a writer, and he writes for this it's based in Oklahoma. He writes for this, like, they call it a long form magazine. It's like the standing joke in the show where people are referring to it as a newspaper. And he's like, it's a long form magazine. It's not a newspaper.
Okay.
And he writes this story about this prominent family, wealthy family. The guy's running for governor, and the brother commits suicide. And so he's like, I'm not buying that bullshit. And so it's like this whole crazy how it unravels. And he's like putting his head where it shouldn't be and getting the crap kicked out of him and chased by people. Peter Dinklage is in it.
Oh, nice.
So
That's
makes a
awesome.
little appearance in it. I don't know. I don't know if you would like it or not.
I'm an Ethan Hawke.
I am
fan.
a
I'll
big
probably watch
fan,
it.
and he is he's kind of coming back on the scene. He had he's nominated for an Oscar for Blue Moon that he did.
Which one's Blue Moon?
It's the one that he did about. It's not really my jam, but I'll probably watch it because I like him. I think it was about a singer. I think is what it's about.
Oh yeah, okay. I
About a
remember
female
now.
singer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's got another one. I don't think the release date has been announced yet, but it premiered at Sundance recently. It's called The Wait.
Okay.
It's like a Depression era film. I think Russell Crowe is in it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I've seen some pictures and stuff from it. Looks like it's going to be my kind of movie. Like,
I love their family's had quite a bit of success in like the last
Yeah.
decade, and even their daughter,
yeah.
Maya Hawke, she's gotten big off Stranger Things, and
Yeah.
I even went back and revisited the Kill Bill movies, and
Oh, yeah.
God, Uma Thurman's so awesome in those movies.
Yeah. So I don't know. You might want to check it out. I think it's going to have a second season. I probably will watch that on my own because, like I said, your mom is kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's just got that like goofy part. There's like a goofiness to it,
Yeah.
but it has those moments where the comedy is not like you're going to fall out of your seat laughing.
Right.
It's those really like understated comments.
Yes.
Like, so they're in Oklahoma, right? A lot of Native Americans, Indians, and they always refer to these, they're looking for talking to somebody and go, oh yeah, he's part of the Indian mafia. And it's just like, it's funny, but it's not like, you're not going to like sit there and piss your pants, but
right.
it's just, it just makes you laugh. I don't know. I like it.
That's
I
kind
like
of how this Send Help movie was last night.
Yeah, I've been reading some stuff. I want to see it.
So it's directed by Sam Raimi.
Yeah. Evil Dead.
Right. Spider-Man movie.
Dude hasn't done a movie. I didn't realize this. You know his last movie?
What was it?
Drag Me to Hell.
Holy shit. Good movie.
2009.
Damn,
it's
it's been that long?
Yeah.
He must have just been working on other stuff. Like,
I guess.
because I
don't
think
know.
he did do, well, actually, I don't think he directed, but he was involved with the Doctor Strange movie. the
Yeah, he
latest
was.
one.
He was somehow involved in it. Yeah,
I think he might have been a producer or writer or something on it.
Yeah.
But so this movie stars Dylan O'Brien, which is an actor who's kind of resurfaced a little bit since like the Maze Runner movies.
Yeah, I saw him in a movie called Caddo Lake. I don't know if you ever saw that.
I'm aware of it. I have not seen it.
Not too bad of
Yeah.
a movie. Yeah, he
then-
was actually pretty good in that movie.
Yeah, and I feel like he's gotten better as he's gotten older too. And then Rachel McAdams, who's also great.
She's good. Yeah.
But essentially, it's just these two people that work at this big company. He's a new CEO, like fresh off the like thrown right into it. His dad just passed away,
Oh, okay.
and then she is essentially like a strategizer, accountant kind of person for this company who's been there for like 8 years. So she's got experience, and she worked for his father. And she's a little odd. Like, she's kind of like the girl in the office that's like super good at her job, works really hard, but she's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And then he's like the hot new CEO.
Finance bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, plays golf. That's
Yeah,
about
he's-
it.
he's
Wants
that
his
guy.
best friend to be his VP, you know.
Of course. Yeah.
So that sets the premise.
It's
of
like
the
it's more of
movie.
like a hobby than it is a job
Sure,
to him.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was grandfathered in, essentially.
Yeah.
You know. So she's like essentially denied this promotion, whatever. And he's like, hey, well, you know what? We got this thing in Bangkok. We're going to fly there. I want you on the plane. So, long story short, the plane crashes on an island. And
Chaos ensues.
yeah, and essentially it's like, and it's crazy because you can't ever forget that Sam Raimi's a little messed up. He likes to,
Oh, he's all about the gore.
about the gore.
Like the over the top gore.
Yeah. Like, there were so many moments that it was just like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Like,
he's-
what the fuck?
That's exactly
that's
the
the
reaction
reaction
he
he
wants.
wants.
That's what he wants from you
Yeah.
to go like, what?
And there
are
were
we-
multiple
what are we doing?
times we were looking at each other like, what the fuck? But at the same time, there's this like weird lighthearted comedy in between all of that,
Yeah.
where it like, it goes and then it stops. You know, it just keeps doing this thing.
That's kind of like this, what
Yeah.
I'm talking about with the lowdown. It's the same kind of thing. It's like, oh, it's serious for like 2 minutes. And then there's like this, they fly this little joke in underneath.
Yeah.
And then it's back to like getting the shit kicked out of you and thrown in the trunk of a car or whatever, you know?
Yeah. But there were so many moments where it could have been too serious, or it did feel like maybe they were starting to like each other and like all this stuff because they were bonding on the island, and like she was teaching him survival skills and all this stuff, and he was kind of turning a new leaf, and they completely they keep taking you in all these different directions. And by the end, you're like, well, shit, I didn't even see that coming at all.
Okay.
So highly
Sold me.
recommend Send
Wanna see
Help.
it.
Yeah, very good.
You know, so you brought up something that reminded me of something else. You talked about being on a deserted island or whatever and having to survive. So I recently rewatched The Road,
Right.
and as I watch movies like that and shows like that, it goes through my head, what would that really be like? Like, what would my level of preparedness be? And I'm not talking about like, do I have a cache of guns and I
Sure.
have, you know, a year worth of food? I'm talking about my mental preparedness and physical preparedness to survive something like that, or some post-apocalyptic world
Yeah.
where, you know, The Road was an interesting story because unlike a Walking Dead type of a scenario, the world is like burned out.
Right.
All sources of food are gone. You can't even plant stuff.
Yeah, the earth is dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've got to scavenge for whatever you can find that hasn't already been taken. This is a guy who, like a normal dude, loses his wife and now has a son to take care of and himself to take care of. And you've got these gangs of cannibals out there that are just wreaking havoc.
And I think I'd be the same way. Like, I would, in my experience in life, I would probably act and be exactly the same that he was, as in like, I would do what I need to do, but I would try and avoid people at all costs.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh, for sure.
in any way possible, because I feel that regardless of how confident I may or may not feel, I don't think I would be able to fully defend myself in a situation like that.
Yeah, and I kind of feel the same way, and I almost feel like I don't know that I want to be tested in that way.
Yeah.
But it's like the other part of it too is the fact that like you can't, when you're in those types of situations, you can't trust anybody,
No.
right? I mean, you can't trust anybody because you don't know what their intentions are.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Like, and depending on how far gone people are, or how many years you are into that kind of life, people lose their humanity. You know,
Well, yeah,
we essentially
I mean,
revert to animals.
yeah.
You know, like wild animals, essentially.
Well, yeah. There's the scene where he kills that guy because he thinks that he's gonna take his son or hurt his son. and it's like, you know, and his son, I think it was in that scene where his son said, "Are we still the good guys?"
Yeah.
Kind of like, can you imagine? Like, I can't imagine that, like that mental struggle.
Yeah. Like trying, not only trying to keep you and your son safe, but also trying to help your son understand that we're the good guys still, in a sense that we're still alive. And that's why we had to do that.
Yeah,
But like, doesn't necessarily make us good, but we're still here.
but it's like it's a relative term, right?
Yeah.
We're good based on our circumstances and based on the world that we now live in,
Yeah.
because the rules have now changed, so it's different.
I think it'd been so long since I watched it, but I rewatched it a few weeks ago, or maybe been a month ago, but it's probably one of the heavier apocalyptic movies out there. I mean, it is, by the time I finished it, I just felt sick by the end of it.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you almost have this this almost like anxiety inducing sick feeling after seeing something like that.
Yeah.
And like Vigo puts a incredible
Yeah,
performance on in that
he was
movie.
fantastic in that movie. Yeah.
And it's just sad. It's just really sad.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And the way his wife, you know, like her making the choice that she made, it's like,
It's like, was that the right choice? Like, was that more humane
yeah,
to just end it?
right.
Because like, do the circumstances change in that world? Like,
Well, or if they do, how long does that take?
right.
How long are you going to have to be pushing a freaking shopping cart around
With scraps
with scraps and trying to find crumbs to eat?
and like taped shoes. And
Yeah.
like,
How long are you going to do that until something changes?
yeah.
I mean, you know, the Nabisco factory isn't going to be popping up in the next 2 years or making crackers again. You know,
Yeah.
It's yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Since we were on this topic, the whole desert island thing, because we've been talking about movies and how much time has gone by on some of this stuff. Like that movie is also probably almost 25 years.
Probably
Pretty close.
Yeah, probably pretty close. Yeah. Yeah, he did that. He did that right after the Lord of the Rings stuff.
Mm-hmm. It was like pretty close.
So
Do you have a desert island movie and or album? Like something that just sticks with you forever that you could rewatch or listen to all the time?
so if I had to pick a movie, it would probably be The Fellowship of the Ring.
That's fair.
I could watch it. I've seen it a billion times. I could watch it over and over again. That or probably Gladiator. Those are two that I could.
That's a good one.
I could say, yeah, I'll watch it. I could watch this forever. Music is a little bit harder for me.
Really?
To pick one. Look, if I had to have,
One
I'm
single
allowed to
album?
have one album to listen to. I think would be really hard.
That would be tough.
What about you?
Well, so I'm gonna have to pick Lord of the Rings also.
Okay.
I'm not just because we've been talking about it, but because it is literally like the one movie.
Because
in
it's
my
that
life.
good.
It's
That good.
there's plenty that would follow right behind it,
Yeah.
but that's my first.
Yeah.
For sure. And music, I know I have something that I could. Actually, so since we're on the topic, there's I've been kind of going down a road of like nostalgia with music, and I'm sure you can relate with how you grew up, but like being the age that I am, it's hitting me kind of hard that a lot of these records that I've listened to are also now over 20 years old, which is blowing my mind. But I've been listening to you know AFI. They've been around since the 90s.
Yeah.
They have a record called December Underground, and it's like the perfect album for this time of year. It does have this like very like glassy, wintry feel to it. And it's definitely like their most experimental album, like which came out in 2006.
Okay.
So, because they evolved, they were pretty like garage punk in the 90s, like 94 to like 99. They didn't really take off until about 2000. Changed some band members, and then they got more into like the punk emo sound. But this album I've put on repeat every day at work this week, and I think that I could probably pick that as my
could go with that
Desert
one?
Island album. Yeah.
I feel pretty confident that you could probably take anything out of my library and I would be okay with it.
Yeah.
Even if it's something that came out, 50 years ago that I listened to,
Yeah.
or something that came out, 5 months ago
Yeah.
that I like. I could be good with it.
Oh yeah. I could probably also pick Hozier's first album.
Yeah.
That's a front to back repeat. I could all day for sure.
Okay.
Before we move on, speaking of AFI, so the lead singer Davey Havoc, who's I think he's in his 50s now, they haven't put an album out in a while, and they just put this new album out, and they're known for experimenting with sound and changing their sound a little bit, but the only reason I had listened to it is because I saw an interview of him, and it didn't look like him at first. And I was like, is that him? Because he used to have like the long emo hair and like he wore like eye makeup and stuff and eyeliner and everything. He has like, now imagine like Blue Oyster Cult, like big mustache, curly, like messy hair, some braids hanging down back here. Very like 80s, like Blue Oyster Cult, Pink Floyd style look that he's got going on right now. So imagine if he was kidnapped by them and then created an 80s goth album.
Oh,
It is wild.
interesting.
Yeah, it's very good too. And you can tell it's them, but it is very different.
This doesn't. Yeah.
But it also feels like it's from the 80s.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's cool.
It's very good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So speaking of desert islands, if you had your choice, would you rather be on a desert island with another person, like in the Send Help movie, or would you like to be by yourself, like Tom Hanks in Castaway?
Oh God. That's a hard question. Because I love Castaway, and watching both of these movies and knowing what both sets of characters go through, I'd have to say I'd probably still go with Castaway.
So, like, if it were you going down in a plane, you would choose that you're the only person that survives and you're on the island by yourself versus being on the island with another person who you don't really know and might be a huge dick. But that's your choice?
Yeah, only I'm coming fresh off of Send Help, so without spoiling anything, like just for example, just not even talking about the movie.
Okay.
Let's just say one of you is not very well versed with nature, and you're just kind of like, you live in the city, you go to work, you don't have any kind of survival skills.
Right. Okay.
And then your person that crashes with you, the only other person, is completely like a survival nut, knows all these things, like, so you're going to eventually lean on that person and start to learn things off of them.
Right.
Which is essentially what the movie does.
Okay.
Which in my, it's so hard because I would want that. Like, I know I have some survival skills pretty lightly,
Sure.
but I'd like to have someone like that. But at the same time, seeing what happens to like Tom Hanks, he goes kind of crazy
Right.
being
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah.
But these two also go kind of crazy.
Well, yeah.
And you could essentially, like, especially when it comes to survival, you could essentially try to kill each other, or lie, or take things from each other, or whatever it is.
I guess for me, level of skill set aside, I would prefer to be with another person only because I think two people, you can at least figure some stuff out. And
Sure.
and I would like to think that I have such a charming enough personality that nobody would want to kill me.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think
Like
that I would
like
be
I
able-
can prove to you that I have value here and make you feel like we're a team and make this work, and you're not going to want to kill me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where my head would be.
Yeah, and I guess essentially like being on a desert island surrounded by water, you're never really going to run out of food.
Right.
Like if you really try.
Yeah. Right.
So,
right.
yeah.
I mean, never mind whether or not you're going to get off of the island, but just
Right.
And again, it's like that whole post-apocalyptic thing. It's like, how long can we survive on this island? And are we ever going to get off of this island? Or are we just going to die here
Right.
because we lived here for 30 years or whatever?
Yeah.
Which would be kind of wild. Like you just have like a whole new life. You just you
accept
gotta,
it,
you
and that's
build a
what you
little
do.
house. You got a little home.
Yeah.
You've got a whole routine of food and water, and and you survive, and you just enjoy it.
Yeah. Cuz
I mean, you have to at that point, right?
Yeah.
You have to enjoy it.
and like without spoiling the movie, like essentially that's almost the goal at some point.
I would think so.
Like
yeah.
what are we going back to? Our lives back in
New York
that
City
are
wherever.
nothing. Like life's better here now.
Yeah, compared to that, like, yeah, all of the bullshit that we go through every day with
Yeah.
work and bills and
Yeah.
money and internet and all this, being on your
that's all
phone and
gone.
all that. You don't need like you realize, well, I don't need all those things.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I got to survive 2 hurricanes a year, and
Yeah. Right.
but, hey,
Storms every
yeah,
couple minutes or
Yeah,
whatever, depending
right.
on where you're at.
or it's, like Amazon rainforest torrential downpours. For
Might have to
3
defend
months.
yourself from some wildlife,
Some
depending
wild
on
boar,
what.
or
Wild
snake
boar,
or something. Yeah, right.
poisonous fish.
There's that.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of things that, but in a way, like I feel like you could look back in your life after that. Like if you survived in that scenario for like 30 years, I feel like you could go out going, yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. Like,
Yeah.
like I learned how to do all these things and I stayed alive for 30 years.
It would change you as a
died
person.
of old age. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
You could go back to society in a complete, like almost reborn.
You would almost not want to be a part of society. I
Right.
feel like you would just be like, I don't like you just, I don't fit in.
At that point, if I did get back, I would then, because you would get a lot of publicity and stuff
Oh,
for
sure,
surviving
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Probably write a book, whatever.
Make some money and
Make
then
some
bounce
money.
off the grid.
But then go back and build a house on an island like
Yeah.
that.
Just go
And then
off
just
the-
have
completely
stuff
off the
delivered
grid.
to you, like
Yeah.
on boats and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I would do.
That's cool. Yeah. I don't, yeah. The desert island thing is just like, yeah, like the whole Tom Hanks and Castaway thing is just like by yourself.
Yeah, because you would
don't
go
know.
kind of crazy.
That would be awful.
And then if you were injured, like,
Yeah.
and unable to help yourself,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Pretty crazy.
There is something I want to get into, but I feel like there was something else I wanted to mention before we move on. It was about all of this stuff we're talking about. Oh, yes. So another thing that has reached 30 years old is the Resident Evil franchise.
Holy crap.
30
really?
years.
30 years.
Yeah, they're celebrating 30 years right now.
Jeez, oh man.
And I'm just like, because I think about that where it's like, my dad introduced me to Resident Evil on PlayStation 1. Or even Mom, I think we rented, remember those days?
Yeah.
A game cartridge of Resident Evil 2 on the Nintendo 64.
Oh my.
And
oh my.
Back in the day, I just remember that being like the scariest thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like now I mean, I replayed those games not that long ago. Still amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're 30 years old. And I'm just like, man.
That's crazy.
And what's wild is, which is really cool for this franchise, is it has Zach Krager is making his own Resident Evil movie that should be out next year, which I'm really curious to see how that goes because we have not had a good Resident Evil movie yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is insane that it's taken this long
yeah.
to get a good one. So I'm hoping, because he did Barbarian,
Mm-hmm.
and he did Nosferatu, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Mhm.
I really like that Nosferatu.
Yeah,
a
you
lot.
see, he's doing a werewolf movie too.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
We haven't had a good werewolf movie.
No, and we're
Really,
kind of getting
like-
back into this age of like the old monster movies.
Yeah. We haven't, there was like the Wolfman that had Benicio del Toro and Anthony Hopkins. It was like okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
But it was just like, it wasn't terrible, but we haven't really had a good
No.
like, werewolf movie.
My favorite werewolf movie is An American Werewolf in London.
American Werewolf in London.
That's a good movie.
When that come out, like 1984
Yeah.
or 82 or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
I bought the Blu-ray not that long ago.
Yeah.
and rewatched it. It's
That
'cause
probably
it's slightly
that's probably
restored.
the best one.
It's very good. Even
Yeah.
like the transformation.
Yeah.
because it's all practical. The way they like did the hand stretching.
Do you
and
remember the
everything.
one that they did in the 80s with Jack Nicholson and Michelle Pfeiffer? I think it was called Wolf, maybe, or
I don't know if I've seen
something
that.
like that. Yeah, it was kind of hokey.
Was it?
Yeah, it wasn't. I think they were like, hey, it's Jack Nicholson and Michelle Pfeiffer in like the mid 80s. Like, this is going to be a blockbuster, but
Okay.
it wasn't all that great.
Huh.
Yeah.
But yeah, and not only is there a movie coming out, but Resident Evil 9 is coming out in 3 weeks
Wow.
on PlayStation, Xbox, etc. And it looks awesome
Really?
because they're bringing back Leon, the main guy from
main
4,
guy.
like
Mhm.
in 2 and 4. He's become one of the most fan loved characters at this point, and
Yeah.
it's super. And like they aged him, so like he's essentially like close to 50 now. So like the character has aged with the games, which I think is so cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And they're revisiting Raccoon City, which is like where it all started. So it's just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's just really awesome that we're like at this point in time in this kind of franchise, and
That's crazy.
I love that it's also resurfacing.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
now.
yeah, that's
It's
awesome.
just really awesome.
That's awesome. That's very cool. So while we're on the topic of like asking each other questions about would you rather,
Yeah.
so here's a good would you rather.
Okay.
Would you rather choose how you die or choose when you die? So, and I'm gonna elaborate a little bit on that. So the when you die is like you don't know the exact date, but you know the age that you will die. So you have like a year,
Okay.
a period of you have a time frame of a year that you will die,
Okay.
but you don't get to choose how that happens.
Okay.
Or you get to choose how you die, but not when you die.
I would go with that one.
How versus when?
Yeah, because here's the thing. If you choose when, it's almost like you're anticipating it. You know it's
Well,
coming.
heck yeah,
You
would
know?
be. Yeah, like like the calendar turns to the year in which you're gonna die, and you're like, okay, it could be tomorrow, it could be the
And now you just live
364
this
days.
horrible life of anxiety for
Yeah,
like
could you imagine what that would be like?
versus if what was it again? You choose
How
how you die,
you die,
but you
So
don't know when.
You don't know when. You could pick what
Yeah.
I just want to die in my sleep.
Right, have a heart attack.
I have a heart attack, die in my sleep, or not that. I think that the weird part of that is that nobody's going to pick anything weird. Nobody's going to go, yeah, I want to be executed.
Yeah,
Or yeah, I want to die in a fiery
fall off
car
a
crash.
building or something.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
I want to drown.
Yeah, I want to get struck by lightning.
Yeah,
Like,
right. Nobody's going to pick that.
no. And I think that's why it's the easier choice, because you can pick a very natural death on
Mm-hmm.
your own. Versus some people would be crazy, like I want to get shot out of a tank, and I don't know.
But the other side of that coin is that you could say, yeah, my choice is I want to die in my sleep, but you don't know when that's going to be.
And then you just won't know.
Right.
So it's just
So you just go to sleep. But could you? But the anxiety level, right,
Yeah.
would be the same. You're going to bed every night, going, "This could be the day.
I might not
this
wake
could
up
be
tomorrow."
the night. Yeah, this could be the night. Are all my affairs in order? Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's like, oh shit, do I have to call off work now, or do I let them know that I might not be coming in tomorrow?
So I guess I could turn that question a little bit. Let me see. because you already said know when you die. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I can't really top that because
Don't even ask
the
me
when
what made
and
me think
how.
of that. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Like I put that in my phone like 2 weeks ago as a question I wanted to ask you. I think it was from yeah, I know exactly. Now I know when it came to my mind. I was driving and I was listening to a song, and there's a line where the guy says the lyric is, "Sit me on the front porch with my best bourbon, and I'll fade out with the sun."
Mm,
And I'm like, huh.
I like that.
So if that, so now you could you choose that, but not know when it happens versus know when
Right.
it happens and not be able to choose how it happens. I don't know.
Yeah, that's crazy. I played a game a couple months ago. I talked about it on here. It had one game of the year,
Oh yeah,
the Claire Obscure
yeah.
Expedition 33. So that pertains to what we're talking about a little bit.
Hmm.
So in this world, there is this being that it's not like a god, but like the place they live is Lumiere, which is like a French city. And out in the distance,
It's
beyond
not the guy, not the person that's a candle in Beauty and the Beast.
no, 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 it's not.
The person or the candle that once was a person.
Right. So she's called the Paintress, and she's out on this monolith across the water that no one can get to. And every single year, she paints a number on the monolith, and whatever number she paints, everyone that age will die that year, and it counts down. And it started at 100, and the game is called Expedition 33. So, everyone the age 33 now within that year, they will die on when she changes it to 32. So essentially, and everyone just like, and it's weird because everyone's kind of accepted the life that they have.
Yeah.
So it's like some people choose to have children, some don't, because it's like we're kind of robbing them because like their parents will be dead and they'll be orphaned, or
Yeah.
and like thinking about that, I'm going to be 33 in a couple weeks.
Right. Yeah.
And
you
it's
are.
like to think, it's like to put my mind in that world, it's like that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Like, and it's wild to think that like the oldest people in that game are only going to be 33 years old.
Yeah, that is
And
that is wild.
It's a crazy story, and it's really
That is
awesome.
crazy.
But
Dang.
and what they do is like, so like once it changes, they have this like celebration of life kind of thing for everyone in the city.
So, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So, the day comes that she changes the number.
Mm-hmm.
Have all the people, like, let's say she changes it from 50 to 49.
Yeah.
The people that were 50, they're already dead.
Right.
And now that day starts a new year where everybody who's age 49
Mm-hmm.
will die.
Right.
Okay.
And everybody just kind of like how in like Avengers, like when everybody got dusted
Yeah.
essentially
Yeah.
by the,
Oh, it just happens like that. Like
yeah, like as soon
the
as
number gets
she
changed
changes
and
it,
poof, you're
and
gone.
everybody just like
Oh.
turns into like petals.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it's not like, hey, everybody age 49 is dying this year, and then just however that happens is how it happens. Everybody goes at once.
All at one time.
Oh, damn.
Everybody that's the same age dies.
Oh, damn.
And it's sad because like you got some people like holding on to their loved
Yeah.
ones, and then they just disappear. And it's heavy, and that's how the game starts.
Well, hell, I mean, yeah. Could you imagine? You're like, it's New Year's Eve, right?
Yeah.
And you know that your number's coming up, and it's the countdown. We're watching the ball drop, and
Right.
I'm gonna turn to dust here in about
Like
10
yeah,
seconds.
exactly.
Golly, that's crazy.
And they make it so real because like like right in the beginning, one of the main characters had a relationship with the one girl that's gonna die, and it's like he's trying to make amends with her, and they have this broken relationship, and like they're talking, and then it happens, and then she's just gone.
Ooh.
And like you got these kids and their parents, and it's just
Wow.
it's really heavy.
That's a lot.
And then the new number, that age group, every single year goes on an expedition to try and stop what's happening. They're trying to find a way to stop the Paintress from doing what she's doing. and
So,
that's
yeah.
how it starts off.
Dang.
It's
That's
a
pretty
wild
cool. That's
story.
that's a really
It's a very cool
it's a
story.
really cool story, yeah.
It was so successful that I'm sure we're probably gonna get a TV show. I think it's already in development actually.
That would be
So for people that like don't play video games,
yeah,
essentially we'll get to experience that at some point.
that's a like a really that's a really unique idea. Mm-hmm. Like very unique.
It'd be a good book too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would read that.
Yeah, that's a really cool.
It's
really
very
cool story.
original.
Yeah, very.
Not
very.
something you would just come up with. It's not something that's been written before.
Right.
You know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, the story alone just like deserves what it got. It's so crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I was thinking about this before we started, and I cannot for the life of me, because I can never remember once we're on camera. But the name of this it's called like Calicut or Calicut Christian or something in Minnesota.
Oh, Camp Kanakuk.
Kanakuk. That's it.
Camp Kanakuk.
Yeah. Camp Kanakuk Ministry. This Christian school. Have you seen this stuff about this?
Yes, I have. I know a little bit about it.
Okay.
There's an episode, couple episodes that Sean Ryan has that I have not gotten to yet.
Yeah, I haven't watched them yet.
One, he has a woman on who I believe she went to that camp or was a part of that camp.
Yeah, she was the one that I think, because he got served or someone sent him something.
Well, he had Ro Khanna on.
Yeah.
More recently, talking more about it, and he got a letter, a cease and desist letter,
to
basically that they take this stuff down because, and anytime, let's be honest, anytime something like that happens, you know they're trying to cover up something.
Yeah.
There's obviously a reason. Don't give me this bullshit that it's like, we don't want you talking negatively about us.
Oh, you just don't want us to know that you're all pedophiles.
Wait, so the fact that you had two people on here telling us about the atrocities that were happening here, they're both liars.
Yeah.
And interesting. And I don't want to take you off topic, but I just want to draw a correlation just to what we're talking about. I just finished an episode that Tucker Carlson had a guy by the name of Ian Carroll on, who talked about the Las Vegas shooting, the Jason Aldean concert in 2017. And very interesting stuff. If you haven't ever dove into that, because I think we touched on this before, how that was like a hot topic for like 3 days and then it disappeared and we never heard a damn thing about it. So this guy goes into really some interesting stuff about it. But what came out of that was a conversation where the same thing, where it's like, okay, so you're talking about something that they don't want you to talk about, so we're going to try to sue you or send you letters and try to cancel you. Same thing.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Yeah, no, I essentially just wanted to bring it up because I saw his little response to that.
Yeah.
He's
like,
no. Well, I'm not taking it down. I'm not apologizing to you.
Right.
Like,
well, he's kind of shifted his focus a little bit in the last 6 months or so, where he's really on this thing about protecting kids from pedophiles. Like he wants to expose that.
And I'm glad that someone at his stature is doing that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's high time somebody had the balls to say, hey, we're going to talk about it. And I know it's going to make you squeamish and uncomfortable. And all of you people that want to act like it never happened or think that I'm a bad person or whatever can go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
Because, all of this stuff that's swirled around about the Epstein files, and we leak some emails here and leak emails there and put people's names out. And it's like, okay, when are you going to tell me something I don't know?
Right.
When is there going to be accountability for the people whose names show up on these emails or these lists, or like, what are we going to do? Like what's his name? Prince Andrew from England. He gets banished. He's not allowed to be called a prince anymore. That's his punishment.
That's it.
A big fucking deal. Maybe his ass should be in prison.
And like, why are we defending these people?
That's what I want to know.
I don't
Why?
understand.
Because you're a quote unquote powerful, wealthy person. Therefore, you deserve to be defended. Your actions are not defensible, in my opinion.
They're not.
Like,
I don't care what status that you have. Every person should be tried the same way.
and this is something we've discussed on here before. Where if you or I did that,
Yeah, we'd be in prison
exactly.
and worse.
Well, yeah. Once you get to prison, it's going to be a lot worse.
Yeah,
But yeah, because why? Because I don't have a trust fund to defend me, and I can't afford the best and brightest lawyers out there.
yeah.
So I'm going to go to prison, but because you are whoever, Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, whomever,
yeah.
and you have money and you have quote unquote power, therefore people are going to defend you. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand that.
I don't understand where. I mean, you could probably go back quite a few years, but I just don't understand where we went wrong. Where we're at this point in time where, with the Epstein, the Diddy, the Roblox, this thing, like every little thing that surfaces, all the ICE stuff, like it's just like we're just in this like shitty, horrible place in our country.
You know what I think it is, though? Like, I always used to say, like, I'd have these conversations with people or with your mom or whatever, and we'd be like, it wasn't like that when we were kids. And in reality of it is, I think it was like that when we were kids. We just didn't know about it. What the internet has brought, and
That's what it is.
as many horrible things that the internet has done and continues to do. It's a vile place. But there is a positive that has come out of that if you look at it if you look at it the right way, that truths have been exposed.
Yeah, it's the exposure you get from it.
Right. And so people are being called out and brought into the light to say, hey, this person did this, because they I think if you look back and over time, they've thrown us a token person like, R. Kelly. Boop.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy was a piece of shit. Boop. Put him in prison. Right. Not to mention, how many other people did that same kind of stuff.
Right.
It's like they just throw you a bone every now and then to keep you satisfied that, oh, well, we did.
Yeah,
we
to
put
seal
R.
it off
Kelly
and
in
move
prison.
on.
Yeah. Never mind that, P. Diddy, okay. Well, he is going to prison, Yeah. Not for what he should be going to prison
Yeah.
for.
And I'm sure he's going to get special treatment.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to dig into that thing a little bit more.
We might need to do an episode on that.
We can do that.
Because that's like I said, I haven't watched any of the Sean Ryan stuff. I just had caught his response to them,
right.
and I was like, wow, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'd heard about it, but I didn't really know too much about it yet.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to pick.
Yeah, I don't know
all
all the dirty details that
Okay.
I'm sure we're going to come out in those couple of episodes. I just have heard some things, surface level type of stuff, and I want to dig into it. It just took me a while to get through this episode about the Las Vegas shooting.
Yeah.
Which is just like, if you really want to, like, if you have any interest in listening to that,
I'm gonna catch that one
pretty
too.
freaking interesting because there's a lot of it's kind of like all of the other things that happen, like the Charlie Kirk thing, where it's just like, here's the story that we want you to believe, and don't ask any questions about it. And if you start asking questions, then we're going to expose you as a Nazi or a whatever.
Yeah.
But he presents it's like about a 2.5 hour episode. He produces a lot. He talks a lot about, there's a lot of evidence out there that says this is not what it seemed. And I think a lot of people kind of knew that, but it's like, once the mainstream media quits talking about it, because that's how the news cycle works, it's just like swept under the rug. And then, and meanwhile you had hundreds of people. There were people who were murdered, and that affected thousands of people's lives for that happening. And we just like don't give a shit about that.
I know.
You know, it's sad.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
Very, very.
And I really try to, I know it's important to know what's happening in the world and like, you know, be aware of certain things but like, I kind of stay out of that most of the time, but it's so hard to avoid it.
Mm-hmm.
And it pisses you off when you see stuff like this because it's like, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's another reason I try not to get too involved because
yeah.
it's just going to, at the end of the day, like, what am I really going to do besides get myself upset over it?
Yep.
So,
and I think that's the way a lot of people feel. Like, I think a lot of people are, they see that there's something that has happened that is not quite right. Things don't add up.
Yeah.
Story doesn't make sense. But then you go, all you do is get pissed off and you go, what can I do about it? What am I going to do about it?
Like, what am I going to do? I still got to like make ends meet. Still got to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, barely make my bills and try and enjoy my life. Like,
right. So,
you know, so
how can I
got my
change
own
the tide
problems.
Here? Yeah. Right.
know?
And I think the mainstream media counts on people like the general public doing that, where it's kind of like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a bunch of bullshit, and they get all upset for 10 minutes, or at the, at the bar and talking with people, and it's like, okay, good night, see ya, gotta work tomorrow,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think they count on people just sort of like, they'll forget about it eventually.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like, I think, now obviously this is going to depend on his schedule.
Yeah.
But, I'm already looking at next week and the week after, essentially trying to semi-plan the next episode.
Okay.
So like,
Cool.
if you want to go ahead and tell him,
Okay.
like I could probably do Monday or Tuesday next week.
Okay.
If that doesn't work, we'll figure it out from there. But
Okay.
I would love to have a guest on here.
Yeah, I would like to have him on here. I spent some time with him last weekend. I had only like heard a little bit about what he wanted to talk about, and then I heard it from someone else, and then I heard about it from him. So that's when I asked him if he wanted to come on here and talk about it, and hopefully something that we can just hit the story out there a little bit more.
Yeah. And be able to like ask him questions and all that.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
And,
Yeah. Sure.
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't had much luck trying to find any guests lately.
Really?
So I'm trying to broaden the horizon a little bit and like try to find some topics and people and what might interest some people and all that. So
Yeah.
see what we can figure out.
Like I feel like the month of January was just a complete bust for everybody.
It was. It really was.
Just the weather, and it was just. The month of January is probably my least favorite month of the year because it's winter and
it comes right after the holiday.
Right after the holidays, you get that you have that high of enjoying the holidays and spending time with family and friends and doing all of that stuff, and then it's like, and you have time off of work, and then all of a sudden it's like I gotta go back. I don't have a holiday till frickin' Memorial Day.
Yeah.
And it's like, God, it's like awful.
Yeah. Usually this time of year between now and like my birthday in March, I'm just like, I'm ready for spring at this point.
Yeah. You're
ready
just
for
kind
the
of
snow
like
to be gone.
trying to like check the days off. And
Yeah.
stuff. Like you don't want to be that person that is looking ahead because time flies already.
Yeah.
And I catch myself doing that, going, I don't want to wish time away.
I know.
But God, I just want it to warm up. I don't want to have to like start my truck every morning because it's 8 below zero and stupid crap like that.
It's crazy. And like, we filmed our last episode 3 weeks ago. I haven't done anything else creative wise as far as like getting content created. And even my band, we've been trying to practice for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And then finally got a rehearsal in this past Sunday because we have a show this coming Saturday.
Right.
So
yep.
there's that to look forward to. But,
Yeah.
It's just been, and like even then, we haven't played a show in like, I don't even know how long.
It's been a minute.
And, we're just wrapping up this album and
Yeah.
it's going really good. So
Awesome.
But yeah, hoping this year takes off after the winter and get all this stuff out there.
Yeah, very good, very good. But yeah, we'll I'll reach out to him and see if we can get him when we can get him on the schedule.
Cool.
All right,
guys. Well, thanks for joining back with us again, and you know, like I said, we're going to try to keep these episodes coming out, and I hope 2026 we get some more subscribers, you know.
Yeah, I mean, believe it or not, I know this is episode 28, but we're going to hit a year that we'll have been doing this
In a few months,
which is wild to think.
So if you like what we're doing, you know, send this video to your friends, your family. Give us a like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, Spotify.
If you got a topic you want to hear us talk about, or you have insight on that you want to share with us, do that too.
Anything.
Anything.
Like, there is no limit here.
Right.
You know? And yeah, we just appreciate you guys who have been listening and catching us every week that we post, and you know, we're gonna try to keep it up. So
Yep.
But thanks again, and we'll catch you next time.